If we click on this draw line, line will get drawn. If we click on this draw circle, circle will get drawn. So this way we can make it conditional. So let's begin. So using this draw line button, we draw on this line circle. Circle is touching to the horizontal line. So now if we see, we are doing the same code, same execution of the code inside this single event. So to make it a separate one, we can utilize a similar kind of button to, this is for the draw line and this is going to be for draw circle, and we can change the properties of this button as well. So if you see this range symbol from the properties, so instead of this draw line, we can make this draw circle, and this event name as well, this button name. So this is going to be an object name in the design code. So we can make this button draw circle. If you wanted to see the code for this, all the button, then form, everything, whatever we're changing from these properties, so all these property names, whatever is changing, it goes into this designer class. So this is a designer class where all the form related things are here. If you see this window form designer code generated, and if you expand this one, you can see then the initialize component. So this is the draw line button code. So here this the name which we have given as object name, here it's appeared. That text on this button, here it got appeared, and this event handler for this button as well. So whatever this we would do on a drag and drop, the code will get generated into this designer.cs file. Now we'll be generating this draw circle event here, and we can cut this circle ellipse part from this event to copy to the another event. And then whenever whenever we'll be executing, so when we click on the first button, it should execute this draw line click event, and when we click on this draw circle, it should execute here. So the separation concern will be resolved here. Now run and check. If I click on this draw line, only line should be drawn, and if I click on this draw circle, only circle should be drawn here. As of now, we have seen a complete basics step by step. Now we have to go to the next level where we should be actually looking into how we have written the code, and whether this is really as per the standard coding guidelines, and with respect to the memory consumption, and with respect to the standard C# writing code writing process. So if you look into this constructor, we have this g equals to graphics dot from handle window, and we are passing this a pointer of this current class. So this is nothing but a pointer to the current class, and we are passing this int pointer for getting this window control for the graphics. However, if you see this clearly here in drawing demo colon form, so this form is inherited into this drawing demo. So the methods which are inside this form are the events which we can reuse, and we can override the events from this form class. So I'm talking about the OnPaint event. If you go this form class, so here I was searching for this OnPaint event. If you see all those on gate form closing, so whatever this form life cycle which we talk about, so here this OnPaint event, what it does, it raises the system.windows.forms.control paint event, and this is inside this form class. If you see this protected override wide on paint, and with the arguments of the paint event arguments. So in the paint event arguments, we can easily get the object of a graphics. So now how we are getting this event arguments as a graphics G. So if you see this paint event arguments and this event E, so for this event args, if you go inside this class paint event args, we'll be finding this graphics private variable and the one property for this one, which is returning a graphics object. So here gets the graphic used to paint. If you override this method, which we have seen in this form class, let me add that method. So this event handler here, and this method which is going to be execute continuously for this handling this on paint event, so we'll be overriding into our drawing demo class. So here I'll copying this one, and So it will be executing continuously. If I press here a breakpoint and if I run this one, if you see this breakpoint is hitting here on the protected override on paint event. If I press continue, still it will be continuously executing it here. So now we are going to make a use of this onPaint event. So in this onPaint event, first of all, we need to call a base method here, base onPaint, and we'll passing this event arguments. And then we can assign this variable, this g equals to e.graphics. And for this e.graphics, if you try to execute this method, now what I'll do, I'll put this method, draw a line it here, draw lining of this drawing of this line. I'm putting this method inside this onPaint event. So when I run this project, automatically line should be drawn on this form. You can see this line has been drawn. Now we want this to be happen on this click event. Then we can put some variable here, is line, and when we click on this button, is line should be true, and then this execution should happen. So to make it further, what we can do, we will just put one variable here, boolean variable, bool is line. So when we click on this button, then line should be drawn. So what we'll do, so this is line will be making this true. When button click line making true, but here how it will come to know for this event whether lines should be drawn or no. If you want to make this conditional, then we'll use this variable is line, and we'll make this conditional putting inside this is line. And one more method we have to call from this form, this drawing demo form, that is nothing but invalidate method we have to call. So here this invalidate, what this method does, it redraws, it refreshes basically form what is needs to be paint on the form, then only it will come to know. So this all controls needs to be redrawn. So after making this true, so this method will execute, and then this line will be getting drawn. So run it. So you can see I click this on and this line has been drawn it here. So same thing we can do for the circle as well. So I'll put it here, bool is circle, and same thing we can add it here, if is circle, then only circle should be drawn. And here as well, is circle equals to true, and this dot invalidated, and we can remove this code from here. So on button click, we are just setting this variable is line and is circle true and invalidating control, and this event will get continuously execute. So initially on the form there is nothing. If we click on this draw line, line will get drawn. If we click on this draw circle, circle will get drawn. So this way we can make it conditional.